my brutality! I eat, sleep, bleed. The demons in your dreams. I eat, sleep, bleed.
Rossi, what's up, brother? You ready to record?
Absolutely.
Are you ready to preview Raquel Rodriguez versus Rhea Ripley for the WWE? No, sorry, the Women's World Title. Did I say that correctly? Formerly the SmackDown Women's Title.
I think you did. And I think that this is probably a women's singles match that probably the one I've been the most excited about since Mania. Not
Okay,
counting like triple threats and stuff.
That's actually probably right, because you got Becky in the forever long feud with Trish. You have the SmackDown side of things. No, actually, Io and Belair, but that was going in. That wasn't really built well.
Yeah,
as perhaps this match was, but they delivered the most. They probably delivered the best since WrestleMania. But probably this is the most anticipated singles side of things, because you got the Charlotte and Belair stuff is muddy in the three-way. The Io stuff is she's a new champion and whatnot. So I would say Io and Belair from Backlash is probably the best match. Might be the most anticipated and has the most potential since WrestleMania. I agree with you.
Yeah, they've been building it up for like 2 months now. So
yeah, they it kind of started after Rhea and Liv dropped the tag titles to
the night that they dropped the tag titles was when it really started. But they were kind of teasing it for a couple of weeks before that too, like did like backstage stare downs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously then it got taken to the next level when she took out her knee and then took out Liv.
Yep.
And then she wasn't cleared to compete at SummerSlam, so they didn't have a match. That's how they kind of did it. And now she's good to go. They did the rip the brace off the knee angle last week, and this week she seems 100% healthy. So yeah, I mean it's a credible opponent. I mean, not that I expect Raquel to win, but I mean it should definitely look like a threat to Rhea on paper, right?
Yeah, more credible than Natty and even Zelina before.
Rhea's most credible opponent since Mania, for sure. Like, for her, at least.
Yeah, I like the size similarity here, too. I think they're going to be able to play that up well. And I think that they will dig into the history of them together in NXT. Raquel dethroned Rhea in an awesome last woman standing match at the beginning of the pandemic, I believe. I'm pretty sure they was in the midst of the pandemic. 2021, right before Rhea came up for WrestleMania. They had
that was what sent her to the main roster, right?
Yeah. So they have a history and a good one. I believe I went 4 stars in that last women's match. I thought it was really good. Like I said, they should go out there and have a nice, powerful, kick-ass type of light match. There will be nonsense. Dominic is not busy this night. He is on the poster, as you can see above my head here. But this is Judgment Day's kind of pay-per-view. They're on the poster, but Dom does not have a match. I do not believe. So
no, just the tag title match with the other two. So he'll probably be involved with both of those.
Yep. So he should easily be in Rhea's corner and be impactful. I'm sure that Dom might be included in the finish to maybe prolong this feud past this match, because Raquel shouldn't be on the same lines of a one match kind of feud with Zelina, even though Natty was 2, but it was really 1. Raquel should have a run here with Rhea. I don't think she necessarily should dethrone Rhea on this run, maybe in the future, but I definitely think that she warrants a impactful, credible opponent. But we kind of touched on leading up to Monday Night Raw this week. Did they add any twists on Raw to add to this match?
Not really twists. Raquel had a backstage, or she had like a pre-tape before, like probably in the first half of the show, when she talks about how she's the bigger opponent for Rhea. The first time Rhea's really had to look up to her opponent, and I like that aspect because I think Rhea
Yeah.
working from underneath is good, while still being the heel.
Interesting.
And then they played up, how she was pissed that she went after her knee, but she really crossed the line when she took out Liv. So, overall, she should have stayed out of the division because the tag division was cooking something up good, and Rhea just had to keep her hands in the pot of everything. Just showed she was selfish, that type of deal. And then they did an in-ring with Rhea and Dom that Raquel came and kind of ran them off. So Raquel definitely got the last laugh going into the feud, or to the match, I should say, which obviously, that kind of just confirms that
More
Rhea's going
often
to
than not.
retain
Yeah.
more often than not. But yeah, I mean, when you look at the layout of their next shows, you're only about 4 weeks away from the next pay-per-view. I mean, I don't know that these two are going to do anything in India. I expect them to be there, but they'll probably maybe work a tag or something. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, and that's obviously not a big, huge show, anyways. So I think that you'll definitely probably get a rematch next month, and maybe that's when Liv will be back if she's cleared at that point to maybe help her, or hell, maybe even turn on Raquel. Who knows?
We will not be previewing the Super Showdown in India, unfortunately. I would love to do 15 minutes on a Jinder Mahal match.
Yeah, if it was streaming, then I would warrant it, but it's not going to be.
Nah. But oh, Mike, like you said, high anticipation from like a physicality standpoint. This may kind of be a show stealer in a way. If you may, let me throw a pitch. Nakamura's on the back nine here. I'm not sure if he has it in him to go out there and steal the show with Seth. Seth easily could. The Miz in LA Knight is more of a, kind of a let's make LA Knight more of a sports entertainment type of feud match opposed to a in-ring kick-ass match. The other women's match of Steel Cage with Becky and Trish, I don't think the recipe is there to steal the show. Perhaps the other Judgment Day Tornado Steel Curtain, whatever the hell it is, Steel City match, that could steal the show. Gunther's not on the show. But I don't think LA Knight and Rey Mysterio have enough juice to steal the show either. So I would say with the Judgment Day, either this or that tag could potentially steal the show. I could easily make a case for that. Do you agree with that
Yeah,
sentiment?
I
I don't
do,
think it could
and
steal the weekend, but I think it could steal this show.
yeah, I mean, it's tough to lay this show out, right? Like you would think Shinsuke and Rollins make sense to close, but
Good.
who knows? The tag title match might be the best match with the no rules. And with them on the poster,
Probably an
maybe you have a
opener.
scenario. Yeah, maybe you have a scenario when Rhea opens and they close, and it kind of gets bookended by Judgment Day. Because the way that they played this out, Rhea confronted Finn and Priest on Raw and said, "Hey, you guys better win the titles here, or we're gonna have to come up with another plan or something like that."
Yeah,
She
an
said.
ultimatum. Interesting. So
So
Rhea has emerged as the leader of the Judgment Day. She is the leader of the women's division. It is mommy season still. Do we see coming out of Payback any chance we are out of mommy season and it's what's Raquel's nickname? The hot tamale. Oh, I can't go there. I don't
who
know.
knows? Who knows? I feel like they've tried a couple different
Tortellini.
things.
I don't know. I felt that I was going down a bad rabbit hole there, so I'm gonna stop. But
This
anyways,
is Raquel's biggest main roster moment for
yes.
sure. So that's where I mean, she obviously had a big time NXT run. It took her a while. It was a lot of start
Yes.
and stops. They finally
And it
figured
has been
out
like
that
that on the main roster too. Start and stop.
yeah, like she had the moments with Ronda. They've kind of leaned into the injury angles with her, right? They did it with Ronda.
Sympathetic.
Now they're doing
It's
it
hard with her
with
height. It's hard
Rhea.
with her size.
Yeah, with the size. I mean, obviously she's probably got to cook up to be a heel at some point, right?
I think that's
I
her
mean,
money spot.
yeah, if
But I
Liv
don't
comes
think she's a
back
bad
to
baby
help
face.
her, yeah,
She's a complete package. She's a good baby face. She's just a better heel because due to her
yeah,
size.
she's good. And with that size, it's really tough to be a baby face unless you're like a dominant champ. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
there's opponents there for her if she ever goes heel too, but you probably shouldn't do that until you're ready to maybe give her a belt.
Yeah, it's
Which
Rhea. It's Rhea's
obviously,
heel season.
yeah. And I mean, there's so many different ways you can go with Rhea between now and Mania. I mean, her and Bianca makes a lot of sense. With Bianca being on a different show, she's probably going to win a Rumble to get to Rhea, which I don't know if they should do that, but then it's Becky, right?
Yeah.
So
I think
you
that's
got
the
to
main
think
match.
you got to think one of those is the Rhea match. So, I mean, this is just another cog in the wheel for Rhea, and it could kind of be foreshadowing with her and Becky being the two women that are coming out on top on the show.
Yep, perfect. And highlight that on this show. This is clearly a C pay-per-view. I mean, excuse me, a B pay-per-view. So let's put a highlight on these two potential Mania, really semi-main event Mania matches in WrestleMania 40, probably. All right, so Raquel Rodriguez, right? This is a good introduction to her as the top tier to the women's division on the main roster. It's just not her time. It's still mommy season. It should be mommy season. Raquel should go out there and have a valiant effort. Really have a significant chance with near falls and structure of the match to perhaps pull it out. But I think the heat is in Dom sneakily pulling mommy and Dommy matrix antics and pulling and stealing this one out. You agree?
Yeah, I do. I mean, we talked about Io before. Like the Io Bianca match was kind of a star-making time for Io. And then I kind of felt like from there they realized, oh wow, maybe we can roll with this chick for a little bit. That could happen with Raquel here too. Getting into that main PLE spotlight is huge. Especially on a weekend like this. I mean, wrestling's obviously hot right now. We're coming off of a big AEW show and another one that's tainted in many ways this coming weekend too.
Yeah, this is the vanilla ice cream with the AEW ice cream sandwich.
Yeah, so this is Tuesday in Texas for them, and for WWE, they come in on Saturday. I mean, there's it's not a huge show, but there's definitely some things. I mean, these two can show how women's wrestling's done, and the AEW, whether what's coming next down the road for them might be good. It's not good right now, so this is where they clearly can show a leg up over the competition, and these are two big hoss women to make it happen. So I'm excited for this match. Obviously, the finish isn't in question, but it's a big moment for Raquel, and she could be somebody. If she comes out of this with a big, looking good in a loss, she's somebody you got to start thinking about maybe being a Rumble winner.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, the outcome of this match is not a mystery, but I'm going to go out on a limb and I say it's going to be a top 2 match on the weekend. Either this being number 1 or number 2 right behind the KO Sammy Judgment Day street fight. So that's a bold prediction by me. I really don't give them, but I'm going to throw that one out there.
Yeah, no worse than 3.
Women's.
Yeah, no worse than 3 with Rollins, Shinsuke really being the only threat of it not being 2,
Yeah. All right, Mike, we will catch you on the next one, buddy.
All right, later, pal.
All of the devils in me, I still feel the darkness that lives in me. If you show